So the right-hand one was your kind of after the sort of the practice drills there and doing that takeaway. Okay, the before one on the left-hand side now. So look at these little red line here and the yellow on the right-hand side. Basically going to represent kind of your shaft plane as you go back. So you can watch here on the left-hand one. As you go back, club whips way underneath that red line, okay? Going back quite a bit on the inside here now. Left arm is very, very deep. You're kind of getting on the shaft plane back here, but your hand's been so far behind you. As you get sort of halfway back now, that's kind of your swing plane down way on that blue line there. Now, if you watch this one here now, where you sort of push the arms away, see how the club now is working up that shaft plane, So now the club's working in a position. I mean, that's just perfect, But that's obviously doing it stationary, and there's a little bit of your eyes watching it. So when you do it with your eyes watching, we can all get a decent back, which is why you've got to try and feel it a little bit more. Then as you get to halfway back, you can see much more on that plane of the club shaft there. Hands are in front of your chest a bit more. You're kind of within the lines here, whereas this one is, you're in just about, but it's gone in that window of where we don't want it to be, really. And because of that, there's always going to be that potential of being a bit flat, a bit on the inside, then to try and redirect over the top. So as you then come back down, you've got to try and find an angle now that's going to be suited to that golf ball, which is going to be a long way from where that red line was, different to where that blue line was. Coming back steeper, outside the line, dropping that club in a bit steeper. Again, just your abilities and hand-eye coordination to hit a reasonable golf shot, but always with the potential of a destructive one coming in, with every club in the back. It could be missing it greens with a 6 or a 5 on or whatever, or snap up to the driver, or so on and so forth, okay? You watch this one here now, you're at the top of the backswing. Arms are a little bit higher, so it's good. As you come back down now, your shaft now is at least starting to match up with that yellow line there, as you can see. As you're coming back down, it's getting a little bit more in line with that. And as you come into the golf ball here now, we're getting a little bit more of the kind of shaft on plane. Post swing, you can see the shaft now is kind of matching a little bit more compared to where you did go before over there. So the lines and the angle, I mean, if you sort of put this like a Zorro there, you've got sort of all these different lines and angles here now. How's that going to be consistent? We want that golf to just be a circle around your body, So you start off here now, the axis is sort of your spine angle. We're twisting and turning around that, and the arms just sort of swing around this circle. Kind of like the explain art would show if you've seen those sort of things before. So at least now we're getting some kind of lines that sort of match up, where here is just a bit of a higgledy-piggledy mess that when you're playing regularly as you were before, you were fine. You could get away with it to some extent, and you sort of knew where the club was, and you were able to sort of manipulate that club. Like I say, there are golfers on TV, like someone like Matt Wolf, for example. I'm not saying your swing is in that esque, but with different plane lines, people can hit enough golf balls as you probably were playing them regularly. You knew where the club was, and you get a bad shot, you're like, okay, I took a few birdies anyway because I'm playing well. You got around, Now you're probably making a few less birdies, but having a few more doubles and triples in there.
It's harder
to get down, just to get back down to 3 if you're doing all that and stuff. So for me at the moment, it's working on this line here, get this club, get that position there, and the beauty of that is you can do that at home. Just stand there. All I would say is get yourself up against a wall there behind you and just make some backswings now where the club's going back here and not in the wall. Okay, maybe put the baby cot there so you don't whack the baby, might give it an incentive to do it, okay? But get that sensation, the club working up this shaft line, okay? So if you film yourself, that's what you're kind of looking for there as that club goes back. Now again, you do it well here because your eyes kind of watch as you see your head peek your cap sort of go, where's that club going? And you can do it. You've got to get the stage where that becomes something you can't not do. Exactly. It's got to be, okay, you've got to know what that feels like. Because when you hit a golf ball, you can't be there going, you've got to focus on the ball when you're hitting it, okay? So get that club going back on a better line. Once you've gone there, check it, that's fine. Then look back to the golf ball and then swing up the top, okay? Now, what you then do is maybe on the range or if you're practicing or even at home doing some work there, do 5-10 minutes of that sort of drill, maybe your warm up and stuff, hit some shots with that, and then just go, right, okay, I'm now going to hit 10 golf balls. And if you're in here, use the numbers. I'm going to hit 10 golf balls with that club without any start, with any sort of stopping and checking. Just going to stand to it with that feeling I've kind of produced and see what I get. And see what your average launch angle is. If your average launch angle is, I guess, over 14, we're doing something right. Then you want to try and get to over 14.5, over 15, because you'll chuck a couple of 13s and 12s in there, bound to be. So you're not going to get many of 16, 17. So if over 14 means you've had very few of the under ones, So it just gives you sort of a something to aim for. So when you practice, you're not just trying to hit the ball on the white line. Which is what, if I'm being honest, what most people tend to do. They just want to hit the ball straight. But if we actually know why you're trying to hit the ball straight or how you're trying to hit the ball straight, we can then look at that, probably getting this working better, get that launch, and then maybe next time, sort of a few weeks' time, work on this transition down the golf ball. At the moment, you've got enough to work on with that. If you try and work on other things down here, this won't happen.
Yeah.
And you can't do the downswing transition until the back is fixed.
Yeah, so
it's a
you
jigsaw you've got to put
yeah,
together. Yeah. So bit by bit. The only thing I say at setup, just as a reminder there, flare that foot out a little bit. And I think maybe that's why it looked a bit narrow, because if I stand here with my feet like this, they're fairly narrow. If I go there, they're a bit wider, okay? If I do that, it seems wider again there. Yeah. If I do this, it now seems narrow, because you're going to measure for your toes, Just having that foot open a little, just will help that body rotation through the goal, and in terms of what we're looking at probably for next time, how that body's going to work. But yeah, certainly for me, I think getting that takeaway working better, get that club working up that plane line there. If you can do this, just get away from that sort of in and out and up and over the top movement. Just a whole lot easier way of playing golf. You're just swinging around one swing plane line rather than in, up, over. Yeah, just too many lines all over the place. All right, buddy?
Yeah, no problem.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool.